Hello, welcome everybody to Saturday evening's edition of the GOCASE Challenge. We're just coming towards the end of the Swiss system. Here we have another great match for you today. DeepDarkDanger versus Euronics. We've got two best of ones. We've got this one that's starting right now, and then another one that's going to be coming up in just over an hour's time. Just about 2 hours, actually. So make sure you stay tuned for all of the proceedings today. I'm going to be watching the chat over the next couple of hours as well, so make sure you're asking your questions, getting involved in the chat. I'm really excited to be here, everybody. Obviously, Saturday afternoon, waiting for some great Counter-Strike. We've come into work on a Saturday. You've got to get some good Counter-Strike for it. If you're casting at the weekend, you need it to be worth the wait, worth the while. We've got CS coming for you all week as well. We'll be back Monday with 4 best of ones. We've got a great action-packed lineup right then. And then Tuesday, it marks the start of the playoffs. We'll be casting all best of 3s all week. Tuesday till Saturday, starting with those quarter-final matchups. It's going to be very exciting. And obviously, we've already got LDLC booking their place in those quarter-finals. Probably one of the bigger teams making their way through, looking to get their claws on that $10,000. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Who's typing? Keeves has been inactive for long, says Lion. Doesn't think he can play like a god. Certainly, man. Looks like we're live with this knife round, though, ladies and gents. DeepDarkDanger, they're going to be looking to start on this CT side. We were maybe expecting them to crash out, but a good map win from them previously means that they do find themselves in this matchup. Looks like Euronics are going to win this knife. And remember that Euronics, this German side, they've been pretty impressive as of late. Had a very good showing. They shouted the mouth off in the 99 Damage League. I think they won like Season 7 of that or Season 8. I'm not sure what season they're on. But they should be looking great. People looking... People are excited in the chat. Look at this. Hash says squid in squid colors. I know, I'm in that beautiful purple. Look at that tight-fitting purple shirt. Let's cast some CS. Kazuja making his way in. Just looking for these opening taps. You see DeepDarkDanger not checking this corner, and Krezzy's going to be able to capitalize. We'll get that X-ray on for you in just a second. We'll get our producer on that in just a few moments, everybody. Just sending Kinky left, looking for these one-taps down connector. They've got a nice 2 players down here, and they're going to just straight up end him. So Euronics there, nice pistol round, and they are straight in with a good start. Let's get that X-ray back on. We'll get that X-ray on. Just a second, everybody. Molotovs and smoke straight away for Euronics. I do like this start from them. It's obviously the pistol round that you're in need of straight away in the game, and they do reinvest with the pistols. Oh, there's a 1 and 2 with the CZ right off the bat. DeepDarkDanger now looking to set their grips on the A bomb site. See that other man making his way back for this Euronics side. Now 3 versus 3 as they are starting to find the headshots. Krezzy's down low to 24 HP though, so this could be close. This could get dangerous for this CT side if they lose this back man. It's obviously Faven here with the FAMAS in hand. Does explode one straight outwards with the FAMAS. Now it's Zenit to try and close his way in, but Fen is going to get eliminated as well. Faven takes that secondary frag. And now it's just Crad left. 1 versus 2. Rotates that bomb back towards the B-bomb site. And he is going to be able to get this bomb down. So players right here, and there's a 1D. Fast shot. And this could be a follow-up second round for DeepDarkDanger. They've been good in this tournament, but upsetting this round could be absolutely crucial. Faven making his way in. Oh, he's going to tap that bomb as well. Crad not actually going for the taps here. Instead, getting shot in the face by Faven. Awesome round from him. And that's going to be the second round for Euronics. That one was incredibly messy. But they find themselves 2-0 down to the Russians. And yeah, 2-0 on the board. Look at him floating his way up here. He's not making any footsteps. What's happening to the footsteps, guys? I think the footsteps are gone. At least on my screen they are. Can't hear them. I think that's a server issue. Not sure if anybody else has noticed. It's like a very it's like a ghostly presence. But Zuja hitting those headshots initially. DeepDarkDanger did want to go for the follow-up reinvestment. And of course, hitting shots left, right, and center. It's the M4 doing most of the heavy lifting, and there's the final frag. Euronics finally with a clean round on the board. 3-0 here. So, 3 night. And we'll get that X-ray on. Oh, there it is. There's the X-ray. We've got it. DeepDarkDanger going for this first buy round of the game. Actually narrowly missing that nade that whizzed on through. Just by an inch there. There's the Molotov inbound, and Kiev is playing close to this angle. Pops a nade back, and they are being held in here. Lots of damage onto Sin with that one, and he gets charged down. Bit of team damage there. That looked a little absurd. Mirabet is going to be able to hit a follow-up shot. So here, 3-0, and DeepDarkDanger looking to go towards this A site. Sin going to be the first man upwards. Tosses that smoke through, and Krezi, oh, is going to land that one. So DeepDarkDanger wrapping in around this A site, swirling like sharks, and they're about to go for the pounce. See that Kazuja is behind them as well, and he's made no noise. So DeepDarkDanger, they have to be very wary of this backwards angle, and he's going to get baited out as well. So with the one man behind, DeepDarkDanger are going to receive back, and Mirbit has to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Good opening headshot there. They've got 2 players to weed out here. And there's a Molotov just straight inbound. They're going to force that one man off. And there's the second going to be eliminated by Mirbit. He's got the kit. And that is 4-0. 4-0, and I don't think DeepDarkDanger have actually eaten an eco yet. I think that they've gone for all of these rounds so far. Zenit going to be taking this corner. That Molotov actually going to force him back. I'd like to see him aggress and engage into this one, especially considering Kiev has the Max 7 and he's being pressed inwards from above. Good headshot, and Sin's going to be able to eliminate him. Zenit just charging through that smoke, being very apprehensive right off the bat. Maybe a little timid in this series, knowing what's on the line. Mirbit going for those peeks out. You can see Euronics going for the re-engagement around having this man down. Doesn't want to concede this one, especially with their great start. And knowing that this is a very CT-sided map as well, you want to get every single round on the board, especially considering they haven't got all too much money. They'll be able to go for one follow-up buy after this, but then it would be all said and done for the money. Their pockets would be empty. 40 seconds left, DeepDarkDanger just taking this one slow. And a bit more team damage there. They're doing a lot of team damage. That's 2 rounds, now out of 5, where they've gone for a big meaty shot onto one of the teammates. And Zenit gets fully flashed back here. Krezi, oh, they're all walking past him. He's got a great back angle. There's a controlled spray down, almost 3. Sin's able to flick around and find that headshot. Now it's all really down to Sind, who's only able to put 1 more on the board. Zenit now in a 1 versus 2, and he's only got 10 seconds left. Clock running thin. He's got to be very wary from behind. Mirbit hasn't got the nade to bait him out. But with 17 HP left, Zenit forced back into this corner. And he is looking for a 1-tap here. Mirbit needs 1 bullet into the body, chest, foot, head, anywhere. He's just holding to the right, and Mirbit gonna make his way in. It's a headshot, 5-0. Great start from Euronics here. They are starting to rock and roll on this scoreboard. And now changing things up with a double up setup. What is this? Warbang. What is it? It's the headshot! Are you absolutely joking? That is absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. I'm speechless. DeepDarkDanger taking a big slap in the face. What? That is just outrageous. I'm in absolute disbelief. That wallbang. That wallbang. Someone clip it. Someone put that on the internet. Mirbit gonna get the double spray down as well. DeepDarkDanger, oh, they just throw this round away. They're getting absolutely abused at every angle. Just Santis left. And what was that headshot? Maybe we'll get a replay of it in a second. But Santis, last player alive. That sent me spiraling, and Santis even gets spotted out as well. He's backtracking. He's scared of this one. Little chicken doesn't want to go into the B site. And you see Faker just wrapping around and finding that headshot as well. 6-0 on the board. And nothing can stop Euronics right now. A clean round. Look at this shot. Look at it. Look at it. Ah! That's so insane. I love it so much. 6-0. And that is one that I want to see him go for again at some point during this matchup. Just the timing. Absolutely pristine. A headshot with a CZ75. And Kasuji is going to knock him down with that AWP. Finger says, I'm not going to read the whole name. Casa, how'd you drink your coffee? Believe it or not, no coffee. No coffee for me. I don't really do the coffee thing. I drink it. I do take an energy drink every now and again. I had a lemonade before we started. That's really how I get going, but I don't really do coffee at all. 7 Night. Somebody should put that wallbang on Reddit. He's actually getting burnt alive here. Takes 100 damage to that Molly nade combo. And straight through the wall. Mirbit down to 35. So a lot of damage from the Russians right off the bat. Euronics not being able to counter this one. You see that they are going for some unprecedented Russian right down into water. See, Sind has this angle lined up, and it's with the AWP. So one of the other low HP players gone. Euronics do have to be careful. They have to get a little bit aggressive on some count. You see Krezi just playing the corner of this smoke, and he's going to catch out Krad there. That's a great spray down and a nice angle from Krezi, one that we don't always see. A misplaced smoke, and oh, the follow-up flash is actually going to do a little bit of damage. He could have maybe found another 1 or 2 there. Isn't going to happen. Instead, it's a Faden inside. Going to be eliminated as well. Just the AWP left. So maybe a first round on the board for the Russians. You'd certainly hope so. That bomb rotating in towards A, and Kasuja right around this corner. Oh, hits that flick. So maybe a chance. Going to go for the re-rotate back. Can hear a thunder of footsteps above him. And oh, can't hit the follow-up. It's Kinky to hit him instead, right between the eyeballs. Right in the brain. 7-1. Can we see that wallbang again, production? Can we see it right now? I just want to watch it one more time. I just want to play that replay again. Look at this. Just look at it. I love it so much. I can watch that all day. Double orbs. Oh, that's so fantastic. And Euronics, they are 7-1 up. They could break the bye right here in the 9th. So, Eve has that AWP. Oh, and it's going to be double AWPs towards long, something that you don't always see. Double AWP on towards the A site, and Zenit's got this side angle. Absolute big fat hole in the defense there. Germans should have certainly seen that one coming. And now it's the double AWP setup for the T's. And this is going to send Euronics right back towards the A site. They can't really go for these aggressive peeks and pushes here, and yeah, I actually got pointed out, it's a triple AWP setup, so this is sometimes a sign of desperation when you go for a play like this that isn't standard by any means. It's sometimes a sign that you're feeling so far behind that you have to go for something else. The AWP does chip in towards the B side of things, and Sind going for this angle as well, but the timing's hideous, and he has to find one with this AWP here. Has this angle locked down, and he lines them both up. The AWP misses, Faven finds two, and that is what triple AWPs do. They all fall to pieces. If you can't hit those shots, then sometimes it really does all crumble. And Euronics instead, apparently Hash reddited the wallbang, so let's hope he farms a bit of karma off that one. I had a big clip on Reddit last night. Oh, like 15,000 views off the Chroma one. That's the best thing about this job. If I'm honest with everybody, getting those clips and making people, and the comments off the back of them are just like so heartwarming. It's unbelievable. I like tell my parents and stuff. Seriously, I'm like so hot on that stuff. I love the whole Reddit system. Oh, do you see that? Merbet actually spots the one of the kinks on his belt right through there, and I don't know if he's just gonna dive straight out, but you see he's got no information here, but he knows that there's somebody playing on the other side here. If he had anything other than a CZ75, I'm sure he would have went for the wallbang, but CZ, probably the worst weapon you could possibly have in the whole video game for going for those wallbangs. And instead he leaves it, even though they're a man down. I'd like to see him just like jump straight out the door and wallbang it. Instead you see Zenit. It's the CZs doing big work here. And Zenit's still got to go back and grab that C4. He's going to reach back and pick up an M4, but he still needs this bomb. And I don't know if Keith heard him there. No scope from Kasuji. Just AWPs, but they are chipping in, and they know that it's going to be the B site. The footsteps were heard here. They've got double AWP set up, and now Zenit just looking for these frags. Oh, and he does spot out this first man, Keeve, making his way around, and that is a lovely little shot to finish it off as we get into the 11th round. It's all Euronics, it's all the German side right now, and this is his wallbang. This no scope, sorry, again. Great shot. Lovely little tap. And as we come towards the final portions of this first half, Euronics with style points over the Russians. Remember, this is a very crucial matchup here. Getting absolutely slammed inwards. Just remember how important this is. When we look at, well, a lot of games going on right now, but we have a look at it. This is a 1-2 record game, so the loser getting eliminated. Crad standing in for Palic, and Keith playing instead of Crisby. So obviously this is a not a roster move, but certainly not their standard default lineup. Santis, last man alive, 1 versus 4 here. He does get found out from the side angle. It's DeepDarkDanger way behind. I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing from the Germans. They're outgunning, outclassing. It's, well, they're just running absolutely rampant in wild. And this is what you want to see from favourites. So a faster push for the T's here. They're going to be making their way into the B-bomb site. And straight inwards, you see, from the side. And CT is actually getting destroyed in this situation. Kills coming through, and Euronics swapping out these AWPs. Merbit picking up one of those, obviously. Bogdan's Law, you want to have that AWP, that one-shot potential on the lower HP player. And that's exactly why. Crad finding that pick. And there's barely any time on this clock, so I don't know if Euronics really want to go for this one, or they want to kind of back off, because they don't have enough time to really go for this. Only one man with the kit, and he's dropped down. It's just Keeve left. He's got that AWP, so wants to save it. It's DeepDarkDanger now on their second round. Not a good scoreline, nothing to brag about by any means. (10-5) is the best case scenario. Would be still a bad spot for them, but exactly what they're wanting right now. It's their really only hope back. And 11-4, 10-5, sort of a scoreline. They're hoping for every single round out of here. And then putting the pistol on the board would make it 10-8, and then they'd have all the momentum on their side. But this is still a very long road back. They're against double AWPs as well, so this is certainly not all said and done. We're talking in the longest term scenario here. Euronics might be booking DeepDarkDanger's flights home if they can close this map out, and it will be only 6 rounds needed from here on out. Four versus 4 here. DeepDarkDanger not spotting out any of these CTs. It's a very passive defense, and it's going to be this A split. You've got Zenit from Long, who does get spotted out by that AWPer there. It's Kazuja stuck at the back of this site, does actually re-engage and move himself forward. DeepDarkDanger, they're right here, and they are getting the trades on inwards. Faven's very low, so it gets naded down as well. Eliminated by that 3-pointer from Zenit. Just mere bit, 1 versus 3, likely going to be the 3rd round of the game for the Russians, but they're still so far behind. This has been a rattlesnake for first half. Remember, it started in quite ridiculous fashion. We've been seeing lots and lots of wacky and crazy plays so far, and can I show the scoreboard? I can show the scoreboard. It's Faven right at the top of it. He's on 16-6. You see, Kazuja, he's 14-7 here. Krezzy's above double digits as well. Maybe in Keeve, that standing Keeve, not doing too much, so you can't really say that they've been carried by maybe a higher tier AWPer. And on DeepDarkDanger, 8-8-8. Is 8-8-8 poker? Is 8-8 poker or 8-8 bingo? I'm not sure. Right at the top there. And Santis only on 2 frags, so right at the bottom of the scoreboard, and kind of struggling to get going here today. Sind going to be going for this AWP through connector. They're going to be wrapped in by these pistols, but I think they're about to get crushed. Shots after shots coming in. Zenit and Sin finding picks. And this is very likely going to be the 10-5 that we... Well, the aforementioned 10-5. It's DeepDarkDanger taking control of that B-bomb site. Deagle pickup. Obviously, Mirbit saving in that previous round as well, wanting to do the damage and maybe go for this retake. Bomb going down, planting in a very passive position as well, so maybe it's not going to be here. I'd like to see them go for a boost, but Sind doesn't actually spot them out here. Going to go for the warbangs. I'd love to see the boost from Euronics there. That's a prime example where you want to be using it. However, Mirbit, remember, he's near the top of that scoreboard, looking to chip his way in. That flash doesn't land, and Sin's all out in the open. This last man, he's stuck back, but he does find one in retort. The bomb is planted right towards him here, and he's going to have to go for this peak sometime soon. And, oh, he does bait him off the bomb. Nice two-piece for him. And an AWP picked up. So, 4 rounds on the board. Euronics still on double digits. This is still a good CT side. Smoke placed. And with a minute 30 seconds left, all the time in the world on the clock, Euronics obviously have a full buy with the exception of the AWPs. Keeve stuck on the UMP. He hasn't really been the hard hitter. Regardless, it's DeepDarkDanger to really do most of the damage in the last 3 rounds. They found the last 3. Their first win streak of this game. Only putting 4 in total. Up, it's Euronics with this 10-4 scoreline. Santis, nice shots. Suja just forced around the corner. Sin's not going to be found out, and Krezi does put a 2-piece together. It's Mirbit right around this corner. Going to eliminate one as well, so points on the board for Euronics there, but this 1 versus 3 might come to fruition. Crad does nail the first to the board, has 20 seconds left, and it's Euronics with the 2 M4s towards his side of the map. Oh, and I think Faven's going to probably catch him out here. They've got both players racked up and only 9 seconds left. There's no way in the world that this can happen. And Faven's going to end him mercilessly. 11 rounds, and Euronics very close to this first map. Well, it's not 10-5, it's actually 11-4 at the end of the second half. Not a great way to start a half, Squid, I must say. You'd normally be looking to get the score right, at least. Most casters usually get the score right, with the exception of a couple. A couple don't. Some of these casters who can't really speak English, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, me. I'm not very good either. I'm not very good. That's the truth. It's a cold hard truth here on ELC Gaming TV. 11-4, and Euronics really aren't too worried about this pistol, but putting it on the board would be another silver lining, a further nail in the coffin, and they are going to be going for the straight up B rush. Let's see what Kinky can do with that CZ75. He's right around this corner, and the flashes are piling in, so Keith actually misses him within that smokes. He can dive behind, and his position not been compromised just yet. He is looking for this backtrack, and he's not going to find any frags. That is a big mistake. The bomb doesn't get dropped by Santis either. These are big errors, and Crad needs this two-piece, but he's only able to put one on the board, and it's going to be this 2 versus 4. The bomb, a million miles away from either bomb site. That was a funky tactic from Euronics. Nevertheless worked out when you've got the hard hitters. Zenit and Sim both on full HP though, and they're going to charge right into Sind here, who's missing those shots. Gets absolutely taken down by Meerbit there, right high in the sky. And Zenit's the last to push. It's the P2000, and he needs headshots galore, and there's the first. They're peeking him as well, making a couple of mistakes. Euronics cannot afford to expose themselves to the headshots. But Kiev lands a couple of shots to the chest. And that's a 12th round. Could be game, set, and match here for Euronics. Could be night-night to Deep Dark. They've had a good run in this tournament so far, but up against the Germans, have they bitten off more than they can chew? Going to be closing their way in outside. Sind precariously close to this corner. It's the Mac 10 downstairs from Faven to land the rat-a-tat headshot. Zenit just holding behind their smoke. So Euronics not going to be making these mistakes. Very, very unlikely to push this B-bomb site while there's still smokes up. And that ankle spotted out just off the corner of these stairs. And the Galil just like a tracer. Going to be chasing down that one man. And Euronics have map control all over. They're set up right outside the A-bomb site, and they've got players behind as well. So Zenit going to get his head completely ripped off. That CZ does nothing, and the final man drops as well. So another clean round from Euronics. I think that that's their third round survival with 5 players. The initial pistol, round 3, round 6. That's their 5th round. That's actually their 4th round. It's fine with 5 players. I went back and checked all the rounds, guys, just for you. I want accuracy to be on fleek here today. Santis, bit messy, bit scatty. They are going to give the A site away, so need to get this bomb up though, because Sujo could get caught off by behind, and they are finding kills pretty much everywhere, because Sujo's got his back pretty much taken here. So he's going to be able to get the C4 down on the bomb site. Very cautious on the cross. You see Kiev holding down the rotation downstairs as well. Nobody's going to be coming through towards under CT spawn. This bomb still isn't down. It's DeepDarkDanger just playing all together. None of them have Kevlar. They have a couple of gun pickups. It's likely going to be the 14th round though regardless. And you see that bomb finally dropping. And now it's DeepDarkDanger. They are going to go for this, so it's really down to whether Santis can just land something with a Mac 10 here. He's got no Kevlar, but if he lands the opening shots, he could very well fluster one, but that is not going to happen. It's going to be Crad instead in. P250, no body armor, no real health either. They all get swept away under the carpet. Time for the car boot sale. 14-4. maybe the final moments of this first map of the day. This has been a very quick one so far. We didn't see any slowdown of pace in this whole game. And Euronics have just been on an absolute tear here. Remember, our next game coming up in an hour and 15 minutes, so make sure you are back here on ELC Gaming TV for that one. Oh, straight up headshot as well. They do not slow down. These wall bangs have been absolutely brutal. Could be map over. They're 10 rounds down as well, Deep Dark, so they're going to have to start right now. That Nate. Oh, and the follow-up. That's insane. They just cannot catch a break. It's just nutty how Euronics are doing everything correctly. This bomb's going to go down. Santis last man, M4 in hand. And Euronics going to be on match point. 11 match points, that is. Oh, Santis gets absolutely just destroyed there. 15-4. Just complete annihilation. This map's pretty much over. Should we say night now or night later? Fipe1999 says, where am I from? I'm from England. I'm from Gloucestershire. I've been living in Germany for some time. Chat the Gamer with that little squid in chat. I like that. Thanks very much for joining us. It's going to be possibly a final round here. DeepDarkDanger going for another buy-up though. A minute left and just this 1 versus 4. DeepDarkDanger gonna stay alive in this series for a couple more moments. Looks like it's just me a bit left as well. So wants to be hitting a couple of headshots here. One frag there. He needs a hell lot more, and that's not going to happen here in the 20th. Instead, it's going to be DeepDarkDanger taking just one more round. We'll see how long they can really cling on for. They're gonna, if they really do see a road back into this one, they need to put round after round on the board together, finish this game off. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think that Euronics probably have this one in the bag here today. Oh, and there's Kasuja finding that opening kill. So just a couple more frags left remaining. And DeepDarkDanger with a minute 10 on the board. It's obviously about Zenit's flank here. Oh, and he can't hit the headshot, so it's going to be a minute left, and Euronics taking this B-bomb site. They have frags all over the place, and this is likely going to be a game, set, and match. 10 rounds behind, and they need to make this 2 versus 5 happen. Sind and Santis making their way in. This might be DeepDarkDanger's final attempt at a clutch this whole tournament. Meerbit holding close. And they're all locked out of the action. 1 versus 5 here. Sind with no chance at all, no opportunity. It's going to be 16-5 here on the board. Euronics going through to round 5 of this tournament. 1 away from the playoffs, and DeepDarkDanger, they are eliminated. Finally, it was a pretty good run from them. However, they couldn't put it on the board. Very unfortunate for them. Finally on overpass. They just couldn't do it. They just weren't strong enough for the Germans here today, who were playing with a stand-in. Obviously, both teams playing with stand-ins. Obviously, the Saturday games are sometimes difficult for some players, but Kiev there didn't quite step up. He wasn't really top of the scoreboard by any means, but nevertheless, a valuable player, and that is Euronics through to this 5th round. They are 1 game away from the playoffs. So if you're following their run through, they've had a very, very interesting run. But we will be seeing 1 more game today. It's coming up in just over an hour's time. So make sure you see us after the break for the final best one of the day.